overrated. There are a lot of overrated things being pushed onto us by paid advertisements here and there. NordVPN has been extensively advertised, but there's just no way it's perfect as they say, or is it? I heard a lot of rumors about significant flaws of NordVPN, so today I will address them, so stay tuned. But before we begin, please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell. That would be really appreciated. There are also some discounts and deals at the end of this video, so you might want to stick by for those. Now, let's not wait any longer. While looking through various NordVPN reviews and discussions by the users, I came across some really significant concerns about it. So in this video, we will address them and find out whether NordVPN is any good and help answer the question, should I get NordVPN? The first concern I heard is that NordVPN throttles your speed after a 30-day money-back guarantee is over. So basically, once you can't get your money back, your speed gets worse. The second concern is that Netflix has banned most of the NordVPN IPs already, and the answer to does NordVPN work with Netflix is a resounding no right now. Many people get VPN to access Netflix, so that's a serious accusation. The third concern is that because of the large number of users, NordVPN servers are overcrowded to the point it's impossible to play games or watch streams with NordVPN. Lastly, there's a major concern that after NordVPN got hacked in 2018, its security didn't get better at all and user data is constantly at risk even now. The first issue is quite simple to address. We found out that NordVPN does throttle your speed after 1 month, and it doesn't have a bandwidth limit. Like every paid VPN should, we've used a speed tool to investigate the speed results using both OpenVPN and NordLink's protocols, and the connection speed for Europe and the US is quite high. Now for the second one, I used a NordVPN subscription to test it out through the regional libraries of the US, UK, Netherlands, Japan, Australia, and more. Few times I encountered the situation when the IP provided by NordVPN didn't work with a certain library, but changing the server fixed that problem. This has a lot to do with Netflix's counterattack on VPNs. Frequently used IPs have a good chance of being blacklisted by Netflix. But NordVPN has quite a lot of spare IPs and more are being added, so I don't see this as being a problem anytime soon. No VPN is immune from their IPs being blacklisted from time to time, but switching to another server is always an option, and after you do that, everything works as expected. The third one happened to be partially true, and that can be said about any VPN. Certain servers are more popular than the others, sometimes because of user preferences, sometimes because of the quick connect algorithms. One way or the other, this is an issue that is solved by connecting to a less populated server. NordVPN actually runs a tool that finds the best server suited for you in the country of your choice. The algorithm also takes into consideration the server loads and other factors. So if ever you run into an overcrowded server, just use that tool. Then, is NordVPN good for gaming or watching streams? Yeah, sure, if you choose your server right. As for our last concern, it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that tech companies are getting hacked. To the credit of NordVPN, despite the fact that the hack wasn't that big of a deal in the first place, they still announced quite a solid plan to protect themselves from getting hacked. And perhaps the most important thing for the user, NordVPN has switched to co-located RAM-only servers. These servers are owned by NordVPN and incapable of storing any user data. So even in the unlikely case that they are hacked, the user's data is not being exposed. Does that mean NordVPN is safe from hackers? No one is. Is your data at risk of exposure? No, it isn't. Because NordVPN doesn't have it, their no-logs policy clearly specifies that they don't log user data. Now that we've addressed those issues, I have to say that such concerns usually have a basis in personal experience. Nobody is insured against bad experiences with software, and I encourage everyone to document and describe their problems with any VPN you use. That's how you let developers know if something is worth fixing. And even if your problems are caused by a lack of information or coincidences, there's also the chance you will help them make a better product. So go ahead, use VPNs and talk about them. And to make it easier, if you follow the link in the description, you'll find some nice discounts. I hope you'll find one that suits you before the deal timer runs out. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. Hope to see you in another video. Goodbye.